All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to ya as we are getting closer to the end of October. Welcome to our daily huddle. So, a couple things here today I wanted to go over. We have a lot of things that are in the works right now. First of all, is we had a incredible bronze and above training last night. I know many of you were a part of that. And for those of you guys that were on that, just a little bit of a recap for that, but I wanted to have this on recording, especially for everybody that wasn't bronze and above, to understand a little bit of the time frames that we have here going into Black Friday, which I wanted to start off with here a little bit this morning. And just to kind of reiterate this, so for those of you guys that are new to Seacret or haven't been a part of a Black Friday, it's an incredible day. It's a big season for us and huge sales. Last year, over $7 billion in sales was done just on Black Friday alone, and that's not even counting Cyber Monday and through the weekend and through the holidays. It's a big shopping season for us, and we're going to be putting together some presentations, some statistics to show you what basically is really happening over the course of that weekend. And let's see, I think I can pull up a few things here. I think I have some stats up just from even last night where we were talking about some of the statistics. So if you look at US Black Friday sales that were online from 2013, almost 2 billion up to over $7 billion just last year. And this is pre-COVID, where you're going to have a big group of the baby boomers that is going to be purchasing and buying a lot of their products online. You're also going to have so many different people. Now, on the average, this is what we're looking at. Okay. Millennials are spending about $250 on Black Friday. Gen X about 500 or 459. Baby boomers a little over $600. And this year, where so many more people are going to be looking to buying online because they're more accustomed to it, this is something that's going to be really big for all of us. But I wanted to make sure everyone understood the time frames and understood where we were. And then we're going to get into another subject for today. Let's see if I can switch this camera. Let's see if it works right away. Let's hope so. It did last night. Perfect. Okay. So Black Friday, for those of you guys that know or don't know, Black Friday is on November 27th. It is the day after Thanksgiving. And we do a huge special and a huge sale. So that is going to be in Secret Pay Week, November 24th to November 30th. Okay. So the 27th is going to fall inside of this Secret Pay Week. Now, what we want to do is in helping you guys rank advance to as much as possible, as big as possible, we want to make sure you understand where this really starts, because Black Friday, using the volume that's going to be in there from Black Friday, which is going to be incredible, and we're going to teach you how to take advantage of it to have the most successful day ever. But this particular day, the volume is in their system for the previous weeks and the following week. So let me show you what that looks like, okay, in Secret Pay Weeks here. So from November 3rd to November 9th, okay, is what we would call week number 1, okay? Then you have November 10th to November 16th, which would be week number 2. So you want to write these down here so you have them, especially for teaching your organization. November 17th to the 23rd would be week number 3. And then the week of Black Friday, November 24th through the 30th, is where Black Friday is going to end up. Black Friday. Okay. All right. Now, what happens in this week is we're going to give the specials out where people are going to be able to fill out all the order forms and collect all those order forms to submit them during this particular day. Now, this first block, okay, meaning that all of the volume that you start putting in the business starting on November 3rd, okay, is going to be in there during the week of Black Friday, which means that if you're looking to rank advance as big as possible on Black Friday, it starts on November 3rd, okay? So the Black Friday run really starts now, okay? So November 3rd, and then is going to go through. Now, the volume that's going to be in the system on Black Friday is going to be in there for the next few weeks as well. So if you look at this next few weeks, December 1st, okay, through the 7th, right, is going to be basically, if you were looking at this week number 2, and then you looked at this December 8th through the 14th, would be week number 3. And then you have December 15th through the 21st. Okay. So, which would be week number 4. Now, the reason why I'm writing it like this is because using this week to rank advance, you're going to basically have the weeks leading into it and the weeks leading after it for to use the volume that's going to be happening during this special week right here in the middle. So hopefully take a picture of this, take a screenshot of this, something you're going to want to know and understand, because really Black Friday is something, the volume, this special volume that's going to come in because people are going to buy, they're going to shop, and we're going to teach you how to take advantage of it. And for some of you, I know you're like, is it really going to be that big? Yes, it is. We're going to make sure you understand. So November 3rd is really where this starts for us. So we're coming up on it's the kind of 7-week run through the course of Black Friday. Now, that being said, I hope you guys understand really what this looks like between basically now and December 21st, right, that we're going to be working on. But what I want to talk to you guys about here today is a little bit different, which is a little bit more of a kind of mindset conversation, because it's one of the things that I think a lot of people get stuck on or kind of attached to is who gets it, who sees it, who gets understands it, and who's going to be emotionally attached to it. So one of the things I learned very quickly in my business is, dude, don't be emotionally attached to the outcome, right? So what I'm committed to is I'm always been committed to the exposure. I'm committed to the presentation. I'm committed to someone evaluating what it is that we do. And I've always looked at it as going, it's my job to be the best messenger of this message called Seacret, of this community, this organization, these products. But one of the things that I realized pretty early on in my business is that I didn't have control over not whether or not this was going to be a good fit for somebody, a good match for somebody, or someone is going to be get really excited about what is happening in the world of Seacret. So what I had to do was kind of unemotionally attach myself to the outcome. And what I want to do in kind of drawing this out for you guys is put it in a very kind of a more of a funny analogy. So because I think it will relate. Now, how many guys have ever dated? Show of hands. How many of you guys have ever been on a date? Right now, this is going to relate maybe a little bit more to the men than the women potentially, but I think the example will make a lot of sense. So, okay, I want you to picture this is you, right? So, and let's just do guy to girl because that's been my experience. And you are at a bar, okay, and you see pretty girl. My drawing skills are spectacular, aren't they? So this is you, or this is me in this particular case, and you see pretty girl. And what generally happens is, what do I want to do? I want to ask her out, and I want to go, hey, you look beautiful. I want to ask you out. I want to go on a date or whatever it is, right? And there is this sense of, oh God, right? One of the biggest words, which is this rejection. Okay, all right. Now I'm pulling this up because I'm going to be using it for a different example a little bit later. But what I'm going to do is this: if you want to go ask out, there's this sense. And what will happen is the longer you think about it, the more you will convince yourself out of something and tell yourself something that's not even true to begin with. So now, if you've ever experienced this, if you've ever seen somebody and you want to ask them out, and the internal dialogue is crazy. I don't know if you guys know this. Like, you talk to yourself. Some of you guys like, do I talk to myself? Like, that's the one. Like, there's always something going on upstairs in this committee. And what'll happen is you'll be thinking about, like, you know what? Oh man, I want to go talk to her. 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 Oh, but I can't talk to her. I can't talk. What if, what if, right? So it's so easy to talk ourselves out of these situations where it's like, I want to, but there's this fear, right? And then we'll start making up stuff in our head where it's like, she's probably got a boyfriend. She's probably got a boyfriend. We don't know this, but we will tell ourselves this and believe it, right? We will convince ourselves of something that's not true or not accurate to avoid the inevitable rejection, right? Now, all right, let's say you go over there and you go talk to her and she says no. In fact, she doesn't even say no. She's like, hell no, I can't even believe you came over here. What were you thinking? Right? Like, just complete and utter rejection, okay? And then there's the sulk back, right? Oh God. But what's interesting is through this process, there is this experience of loss that ends up happening with asking, this happening of rejection. Now, I want to give you a simple example here on this is in the beginning of this example, I had no date, correct? I go talk to her and she says no. I walk back. I still have what? No date. What it means is this: there is absolutely no loss. There's no loss. I didn't lose a date. I didn't have a date to begin with, right? Now, this is a stupid example when it comes to dating, when it comes to asking somebody out or fear of rejection or whatever it meant. But what I want you guys to realize is the same fear, the same experience, okay, that you can easily relate to asking somebody is the same thing that we do inside of our business when we're talking to somebody. What I've had, and I've had some incredible conversations with some of you guys on the phone, and what happens is I hear you guys go internally and have an internal conversation with yourself about a prospect that we have no information about, where it's like, instead of saying like what I was saying, which is, oh, well, she's probably got a girlfriend. They're like, you know what? He wouldn't probably be interested anyway, or he makes already too much money, or you know what? Network marketing is, and we literally can have this entire internal conversation with ourselves about a person that has nothing to do with them. It has to do with us. The experience that generally happens a lot of times is that there's a feeling of loss when somebody says no. There's a feeling of like, well, I missed out, or I didn't get it, or I lost something, which isn't true. If I approach Lisa about Seacret and Lisa says no, I didn't have an agent before. And if Lisa says no, I still don't have an agent. So no agent, no agent. There's no loss. So there's really only the potential when we're talking about for gain when it comes to going out there and introducing and sharing this information. So I want you guys to be thinking about real quick is when you have a variable that you don't know inside of your business is to find out. When I don't know what's going on with somebody, or I need to follow up with somebody, or I need to ask somebody, I don't think about it in myself. I have that conversation with that person. So, hey, Ruth, I just wanted to follow up and see where you were at. Because how many of you have been in a situation where like, I don't know where I'm at with this person. I don't know where they're at with this person. I don't know what's really going on in this situation. And what do I do? Should I follow up again? Should I not follow up again? Have I followed up too many times? And they did it. Maybe they didn't reply because they're not interested. Maybe. And all of these, how many of you guys know that you have this spinning conversation with yourself all the time in certain situations, right? Here's what's great. I want you to get that out of your head. And what I want you guys to do is just go have a conversation. There's no loss. You have no agent. Talking to them, if they say it's not for them, you still got no agent. There's not a feeling of loss, but I know it feels like, oh God, right? Because rejection, it's just like, oh, right? So, but I want you guys to just have the experience of having the freedom of letting go of the outcome and being committed to the process. So letting go of the result and committed to the activity. That's what I say is don't focus on results, focus on activity. Because as you focus on activities, what you're going to find is you're going to end up finding it's very liberating. It's very freeing. It's very, because there's so much less attachment to it. And what you'll find is that most of the time is the less attached you become, the more open they will be about the business, right? Because nobody wants to be the person that's getting got. How many of you guys know it's like, oh, this person's trying to get me? And that's kind of a little bit of the feeling of the, where am I lying with this person? So here's something that I've used consistently over the course of my career. It has helped me is if don't know really where I stand with somebody and I don't know what's going on, or I don't know kind of where to find myself. And if somebody's giving me a little bit of a pushback, I'm very upfront with them. I say, look, I am 100% unattached to you doing this. I'm unattached, but I'm 100% attached to you seeing it. I'm 100% attached to you seeing it, understanding it. Because what I notice for the most part is people usually take one of two stances, okay? They're either overly aggressive or totally too nonchalant. So a lot of people don't want to be that guy. They don't want to be that gal. They don't want to be that person that is too much on somebody. So a lot of times they take the path of like, well, if you want to, if you check it out when you get a chance, which is never, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, no big deal. Whatever, it's not, and you're like, it's like, well, I mean, I think it's good, but what if you think it might be good to you? And there's a lot of that, like, just kind of, I'm going to just leave it in your court. You just let me know if you think it's good, something maybe ever in the possible future you might want to think about considering doing with me, right? How many of you guys can be guilty of this in some level? All right. So what we're looking at doing here is this, is we want to have the posture and the commitment of what we're doing and where we're going. But they need to feel that on us. They need to understand that this is not something that is nonchalant. This is something that's life-changing. And this is something that can be life-changing for them. But what a lot of people are going to do is this, is most of the people out there hate telling people no. Most people don't like, how many of you guys avoid situations because you're like, I just don't want to have to tell her no. I don't want to. So what'll happen is if you give somebody that freedom, you give someone that flexibility, you give someone that opening and saying, listen, I am not attached to you doing this, but I'm 100% attached to you seeing it. Meaning, I want you to really see this for everything that it is and everything that it can be. And then you decide whether or not it's for you. And I will be, and whichever way you decide is fine with me. But if you can give someone kind of the space to be able to do that, I have found that some of the best people that I've introduced into the world of Seacret, I've been able to kind of have that stance from. So what does this all mean? What is this all kind of gravitating towards? Is how do we get ourselves out of our own kind of junk and just go, okay, I am out there promoting, I'm communicating, I'm talking with people about social networking professionals. I'm talking about this group, talking about that group, and I'm gonna let go of who gets it and who sees it and who doesn't. So, because I have got to get through a lot of people that are going to evaluate whether or not this is for them to find the few that it's exactly for. So I just got to increasing my numbers. So what I want you to think about, and we've been talking about this in some of our other calls, is having how many people do you have in play? How many people are on your board that are in between saying yes and in between saying no? And what we want to do is constantly be having more and more of those people. Now, what I want you guys to realize this is, what are some of the reasons somebody would join Seacret? Okay. So what's a reason somebody would join Seacret? You guys can unmute here for a quick second here. I want to write a couple of them down.
Extra income.
Extra income, right? So extra money, right? What else? What would be another reason?
Training.
What?
Community and training.
Community.
Discount on products.
Community.
Go ahead and put a line on your board.
Somebody's got background noise, so keep going. What else?
Products.
Products, right? What else would be another reason somebody would join Seacret?
Mentorship.
Mentorship.
Well, I said discount on products.
Say what?
Discount on products.
Discount, yeah, discount on products, right? So tax savings, right? So there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reasons why somebody would join Seacret. What a lot of times we end up doing is we share some of the reasons why we're doing Seacret. Great recruiters aren't just sharing the reasons why they're doing Seacret. They're finding the reason why that person would do Seacret. How many reasons does somebody need to join Seacret? How many reasons? One. That's it, right? So now the reason they join versus the reason they build are a lot of times going to be different reasons. I want to make sure you guys know that. And many of you, as you've gone through your process here, many of you guys are in your I'm building this phase, and the reasons you're building it are pretty substantial. And the reasons you're doing this are pretty significant, right? But the reasons people join versus the reasons why they build, a lot of the times are different, or they're going to grow and or evolve and or change completely, right? So a lot of the reasons why people I know joined versus the reason they stayed and or built were different. Now, I'm looking for not necessarily the reason someone is going to build a forever business with Seacret. I'm looking for a reason for them to join. And they only need one. That's it, right? So I just recruited a couple of people this weekend. And one of them was this guy. We were talking about the products. And he was like, oh, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I work, we have this great skincare nutrition products. And he was like, really? I was like, are they good for weight loss? And I was like, yeah, we have a great program actually. So, and he's like, okay, how much is it? And I was like, well, the whole set of products that I recommend, it's about $300. And he was like, really? And he was like, can I get it any cheaper? And I was like, well, you can become an agent for $49 and then you can get 20% off the products. He was like, okay, I'll do that. That's what happened. Right. His reason for joining, that's all he needed. He just wanted to know, how do I get it cheaper? Now he joined. Now, here's what's interesting. Now that he's joined, I told him, I said, hey, by the way, you can actually earn, you have a referral link now that you can actually show people. Now, this guy doesn't know the comp plan. He doesn't know the business, but he joined. Why? Because he found his reason for joining. Now, I was able to find that relatively quickly. Now, one of the other guys next to him, he was like, oh, so you guys have nutrition? I was like, yeah, well, it's skincare and nutrition. He was, oh, skincare. He was like, do you guys have stuff for the eyes? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, how much is it? And I was like, well, it's, it's about $100. He was like, but can I get the discount with him, like him? And I was like, well, yeah, sure. So it's finding out the reason why. And guys, there's hundreds of reasons why someone would join Seacret. We talked about this a little bit before. I had someone join because they were bored. I had someone joining because they want to get away from the kids. I had someone joining because they wanted to be able to do something online. I had someone joining because they needed a plan B, or they wanted all these different things. Now, why is this important? We're going into holiday season. There are many people that are looking for ways in the next 2 months to earn an extra income where they're not thinking about it as a second job. They're not thinking about it as taking on a new career path. That's not what they're thinking about. All they're thinking about is, how do I make some extra income during the holiday season for family, for gifts, for all that? And we have a perfect reason for them to join Seacret. Now, the reasons why they're going to build and the reasons why they're going to be committed and the reasons why, I'm not trying to get somebody going, this is my future and my life and my everything. The moment. Do you think I was like, wait a minute, hold on, you're thinking about doing Seacret? Let me tell you the entire story of the company. Hold on. You have to learn an entire online strategy. Wait, hold on. You have to make, you don't even know the comp plan yet. What are you thinking? That's no, all I need to do is find a reason for them to go, yep, I'm in. And then my next job, my next goal is to find not just a reason for them to join, find them reasons for them to build. Okay. So, and I can move people through that process. So is this making sense? Yes. Okay. Very good. Simple stuff, guys. I don't want to get us too overwhelmed here on this, but I want you guys to think there's no loss. You didn't lose anything. And get in your head, you're dead. You got to get out of your head. I had a conversation with somebody about this person on her chicken list, and she's literally had an entire dialogue with this person that has not happened on what was probably going to happen or could happen or think happen, or what she think was going to happen when she said this. And then they had back and forth. And I was just like, do you really know that's going to happen? She's like, no. I was like, well, how? She's like, what do I do? It's like, go talk to her. Just go talk to her and find out. Every variable that you have, I don't know, go find out. Hey, I don't know where I'm at right now. Is this going to be good for you? Is this going to be bad? I don't know. And when you're unattached, I'm telling you, those things, you'll find not only your posture will go up, your recruiting will go up, but you'll have much more authentic conversations with people, because as you come open, they will start opening up, because as you are open to being there for them, because then you're going, look, this isn't about me. This isn't about me getting a sign up. This isn't about me joining somebody. This is about you and how I can be of value for you, and how this company can be of service for you, how these products can be of value for you. And I believe that they can. You're going to need to make that decision, but I want you to understand how amazing this has been for me. That's it for today, guys. Let's go out there and make it a spectacular day. We do have, unfortunately, I have another Zoom here, so I will